Good evening YouTube, and welcome to another screen capture video. I didn't even know if I was going to be doing this. I didn't even think I was going to be doing this, but I decided to go ahead and do it anyway. So yeah, welcome to my Mac screen. It's been a while. Desktop is a little cluttered. These are the videos from earlier today that I did, and there's just some stuff that I've been messing about with earlier. But no, here we are, and you're going to be basically, this is just showing you what my intentions are with the hard drive, my WD, my passport for Mac hard drive, the 2 terabyte one that I picked up. I was debating around what to do with it, but I decided on, because obviously there's Time Machine, which I could use, or I could just literally copy all my files onto this hard drive. But because I go to college and I use Windows machines at college, I figured the best thing to do is, I thought, well, I'll need to be able to access my files on a Windows PC potentially. So that was something for me, and I wanted to be able to use Time Machine, but for the time being anyway. So I still wanted to be able to just manually move my files over. So at the minute, if I show you this, you will be able to see that we're running out of space here. So, I mean, what is other? That's taking up 223 gig. I mean, you know, that's just crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. So what I thought about doing was partitioning the hard drive, using some of it for Time Machine backup and some of it for manual, me backup. So the best way to do that is what I'm about to show you. So obviously when you set up Time Machine, your Mac wants to use an entire external hard drive just for its backups, but I'm going to show you how you can get around that and use a hard drive both for Time Machine backups and for your own personal file storage. So, for example, if you've got a 2 terabyte hard drive like me, and you can see I've only got 500 gigabytes of storage, so it doesn't make much sense just using all of that for Time Machine backups. So, this is how we're going to do it. First, we're going to plug in a hard drive, which I'm going to do here. She's in. Let's wait for it to pick up. It wants to let it unlock the drive. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Okay, so as you can see, there's nothing on here. It's literally, I've just kind of registered it the past half hour ago. Okay, so what you want to do is, see, look, it's already open. I'm already on ball. What you want to do is go into your other folder or wherever you put it and open up Disk Utility. And once that has opened, you want to select the volume. Now, you'll be able to see your Macintosh HD or whatever you've called it, which is your main Mac hard drive. But then you can see here, look, 2 terabyte WD, my passport, and then, that. So, you wanna pick the mother drive, so to speak. That's just a volume of it, but you want to pick the main drive, which will be this one here. And you want to go over to partition. You've got other options there to erase, turn it into a RAID drive, or restore it, but we want to go to partition. So, as you can see here, look, partition layout is current. My Passport for Mac. It's got its name. It's already formatted for Mac OS Extended, journaled, and the size is 2 terabytes. But what we want to do is, well, what I want to do is partition it, have one half for Time Machine and the other for my own personal, drag and drop. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go to Partition Layout, and you see it says Current, that's obviously its default. Click on that. Now you can go all the way to 16 partitions. Now if we do that, look, all 16, and each one is 125.02 gigabytes. See, 125 gig is still, still a lot if you wanted 16 partitions, but we don't. We only want 2. And as you can see, you select 2 and it automatically halves it. So you'll have 1 terabyte and the other one is 1 terabyte also. Once you click on it, these options aren't grayed out anymore, so you do have access to them. So, for example, we could call this, let's call this one, this is going to be my personal drive, and I'll call it my passport. Oh, my passport apparently. My passport for Mac. There we go. Lovely jubbly. And I want it to be not Mac OS Extended Journaled, but this one here, look, exFAT. Now that may ring a bell, and you may realise that Windows drives are usually formatted in FAT32, which is what you need to read Windows data. But if you have a Mac and you want to be able to use your drive on both Windows and a Mac machine, or if you were, for example, going to run Windows on your Mac and you want to be able to access those files, you want to go ahead and check exFAT. Now if you notice, it takes away the for Mac and it doesn't let you change it because you've put it in exFAT. That's why. So don't worry about that. You just wanted to show you it changed that. So let's go ahead to the second one, and we'll call that Time Machine. There we go. Did I spell it right? Yeah, I did. I used to spell machine wrong. And we want to leave that one in macOS Extended Journaled. Now, the next task is to decide whether, or should I say, what size you want for each partition of the drive. So, at the minute they're halved and they've got a terabyte each. Now, if you know anything about Time Machine, you know that once that 1 terabyte is full, it will start to delete its old backups to make room for others. Now, as you saw with about this Mac, you saw that my Mac was nearly full. So 128 gig later, which is the size of my iPad, it's going to start. Well, it would, yeah. It's going to be full, and we're going to have to do something about that. So, Time Machine would fill up, and it will start to delete old backups if that was selected to 500 gig. Once it's backed up my entire hard drive onto the Time Machine, once it reaches its capacity, it's going to start deleting old backups to make room for new ones, and that is absolutely fine. That's what Time Machine does. It does it very well, in fact. If you were to create a file size a partition less than that, it would only be able to back up that amount of gigabytes or terabytes, whatever you gave it. So you could leave it half and half. And I think for me, if you just go to the middle here, look, you see the little dragger pop up, and you can literally just drag it about. So I think now it's in the gigabytes. If I just go and there you go, look, that's got a terabyte and a half in exFAT, and that's got 500 gigabytes in Mac OS Extended Journaled for the Time Machine. Now, you have some options down here, but chances are, like me, you won't need to play with any of them. So what you want to go do, if you want to get rid of it and leave it as it is, you want to hit revert. If you're happy with it, you go and hit apply. So at the minute, 1.5 TB on my personal storage and 500 GB on the Time Machine. Now, if needed, you could go in and even after you've hit apply, you can come back in and you can go onto your drive, delete Time Machine backup, and unpartition this by going back to one partition. So, yep, let's go and do that, and we'll hit apply. I show you want to partition the disk WD My Passport 0829 media. Partitioning this disk will delete all of the data on this disk. This partition will be erased. These partitions will be added. And you want to go and hit partition. So, as you can see, whoa, hello. Okay, so just let this do its thing for a second. Okay, so the first thing that popped up there was Clean My Drive app, just asking if I wanted to, clean those regularly, and that's fine. But look, here we go. Time Machine has popped up with a message saying, do you want to use My Passport 1.5 TB or Time Machine 499.52 GB to back up with Time Machine? Now, I don't know why it's done that. I don't know why it's taken a gig off me there. Maybe for what was already on the drive, I'm not sure. But as you can see here, it says this Time Machine keeps an up-to-date copy of everything on your Mac. Okay, we got that. It not only keeps a spare copy of every file, it remembers how your system looked, so you can revisit your Mac as it appeared in the past. Awesome. But no, we don't want to use the 1.5 TB, we want to use the Time Machine. And we'll go ahead and encrypt backup data. If you're happy, got everything right, you want to go ahead and click on Use as Backup Disk. Now, I've never done anything with Time Machine before, so okay, you must create a backup password. Time Machine will use this password to encrypt your backup data. One, if you forget the password, yep, okay, that's fine. So let's go ahead and create a password. It's not actually a password hint, it's just an inside joke there. So, for help on creating a good password, click the key. No, I'm good, thanks. Yeah, encrypt disk. Preparing disk Time Machine for encryption. That's good. It's exciting stuff, this. Exciting stuff. And there you go, look. Clean My Drive has popped up again, asking if I want to keep it, give it a clean of junk from when I mount it. So, now it's encrypted the backup disk, we can use it to back up data. So we'll go ahead and show Time Machine in menu bar, because that's always good. Okay, need to do that. Okay, do that. And look, here we go, look. Time Machine keeps hourly backups for the past 24 hours, daily backups for the past month, weekly backups for all previous months. The oldest backups are deleted when your disk becomes full. Okay, so let's go ahead and look in the options. Exclude these items from backup. So it would back up itself? That's confusing. Exclude these items from backups. Okay, well I can't get rid of that one anyway, so backup while on battery power, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Notify after all backups are deleted. Yes, that would be nice, thank you. We'll click on save. Select backup disk. Make sure we're using the right one. Yep, that's right. Oh, is it encrypting it? Oh, I think it's still encrypting it. I think it's still encrypting it, guys. We are on, so and disk utility seems to have done its thing. So look, we've got Time Machine back up there, and then we've got the My Passport drive there. Obviously, you can't partition it again. Once you've partitioned it once, that's it. So we can close that. And there you go. Look, there's your Time Machine backup, or rather, 500 gigabytes of what this was. Ooh. Okay. Let's cancel that for now. That's nice. So, close that. Looks like it's still encrypting, and yeah. So we've got Time Machine up here now. Oh look, encrypting backup this 1%. Wow. So if I was to go into my Finder, you can see here, look, that we've got My Passport, which is the main part of the personal files bit, and Time Machine, which doesn't have anything in it yet. Okay, that's fine. So if we were to go on My Passport and click on Get Info, you can see exFAT, terabyte and a half. And if we were to go in Time Machine, 499 gigabytes. But there you go. Ooh. Ooh. Obviously, the only downside is, once my Mac becomes full, it's going to start slowing it down dramatically, which means I'm going to have to remove files. Okay, wait, scenario. Your Mac has a 500 gigabyte hard drive, and you buy a 500 gig hard drive to use as a Time Machine backup. You firstly back up 300 gigs, so you've got 200 left. So Time Machine does its first backup, and it's 300 gig. And it's all good, but over time, you gather more things, and it slowly fills up your hard drive, and Time Machine slowly keeps backing up until one day your hard drive becomes full. Now, if you were to delete, say, 100 gigs worth of video, you could get 100 gigs of your hard drive back, yeah. But eventually, once Time Machine keeps backing up and it gets to those last backup files before you deleted those videos, once it deletes them backups, your videos will be gone and you won't be able to get them back. Now that's just something to consider. So I think I'll have a clean up of what's on my Mac, delete what I can, and then once Macintosh HD here becomes full, and if I was to delete anything, it would slowly delete it from the Time Machine backup. I might get rid of the Time Machine backup and just use this hard drive fully for data. I think that's what I'll do. So, it's still calculating time remaining, but that's fine. Besides, a terabyte and a half, I've still got a long way to go for that, and I'll try and keep my Mac as clean as possible and delete what I don't need anyway. So, I'm happy at the minute with what I'm doing. It's all good. Thank you for watching this video. It's been a first thing for me as well. I've decided to do a shitload of research on it to make sure I was doing it right. And yeah, I hope it all goes right for me. And I hope this doesn't take too long, because as you can see, it's 5 to 9 at night. And we still don't have a time remaining, which is kind of scary. But, fingers crossed. Okay. I hope this was educational. If you have any more questions, which I'm sure you probably do, you know where I am. Email, social media. You leave me a message, I will get back to you, I promise. Okay, that's it for me for this video. I will be back with upgrading my RAM. Probably not tonight now, but at some point next week, early next week. Enjoy the rest of your night, guys. I've been Ash Basher. You have been fantastic. Look after yourselves, guys. Bye.